Maybe I should have turned this stuff off. Hello again. Can we hear me this time? Hey Lynette. Hey Caramel Candy. Hey Larry. Okay, good. Because last time I was filming and talking and I saw you guys chatting amongst yourselves. So obviously you couldn't hear me. But should be resolved this time. And I went ahead and stopped the other stream just in case that was the problem. And hey Suzanne and Fern again and Connor again and Pirate Thundercat. We are here a little bit early. But by now Robert's probably up there at the office with Lily and Stumpy and Clara feeding them. Hey Tina. And hey D Hutch. Meow, meow, meow. That's Zelda. She is a tabby with boots. Thanks, pirate person. So we're squeezing in a close-up now while my parents are not in the house, because if you saw last night, I know a couple of you guys did, Wilson and Hank do not like new people being in this room. They had a freak out about it. Zelda was a little bit nervous at first, but warmed up pretty quick. Whereas those guys just were not having it. And they're still in a little bit of a weird mood. And they kept getting in the closet. If you tuned in earlier, they kept getting in there, and there's an access panel to the tub and shower in there that doesn't close very securely. And they knocked that open and were underneath the tub. So we had to get them out of there and tape that all up and try to tape the closet doors up, but I don't know if they're gonna hold. But anyway, everyone is mostly back to normal and has forgiven me now, but once they hear my parents back in the house tonight, they're probably gonna be weird again. Aren't you? Aren't you? Stella wasn't a super big fan of them being in here, but she didn't freak out. I mean, they just like tails fluffed, ran in the closet, lost their minds about it. Yeah, it was Hank that was in there that required the treats earlier. But I think we've got that panel secured. And some heavy stuff in front of it to hopefully keep it from coming loose again, even though they're probably going to get back in the closet again. Because the closet door is broken and there's not really any way to keep it from getting opened by persistent cats. But yeah, Zelda says she's fine with new people. She says new people are cool. They pay attention to me and give me pets. She says, I see a bush with some azalea blooms on it finally. Are there any birds out there? I hear them. I don't see any though. Hanky. The treats finally worked to get him out because he is obsessed with treats. There, cat's trying to get out of my bedroom. Well, these guys are inside only, so they just get to watch the outside through the window. And Miss Stella is in here where you can't see her. Boop, boop. But yeah, they all like the greenies treats that I brought in earlier. But Hank in here, he will try and eat your hand in the process. And Wilson. I don't know how much of that you can hear, but I can hear Salem in our bedroom clawing the robe on the back of the door, telling us that we need to let him out. Get out of here. Oh, not Tabby. You better not bother Russell. Are you going to come in and visit? He's also, for whatever reason, real nervous about my parents. Are you going to come in? Says, I'll think about it. Binks is real friendly and loves my parents. Tabby, though, has been pretty nervous, even though he's normally so loud and obnoxious and pushy and outgoing. Oh, some fuzz. So I'm blurry, but I'm purring. Oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, these guys in this room are our foster cats and kittens. They're about 9 months old now. On the other side of the gate are all of our permanent cats. But these guys are getting to the age where they mostly like sleeping all day. And playing a little bit. And eating, of course. So they're turning into grown-up little cats. Tabby. What are you doing, buddy? So Binks, one of the permanent cats out there, the short-haired black cat, likes my parents. Salem is afraid of them and hides all the time. Mabel, the calico, she loves getting free reign of the house since everyone else is scared, so she gets to just run around and demand attention. Tabby says he just wants their food dishes. Oh, there's some food left. He's gonna discover that and have a freak out about it. They say, what are you doing in here? Why are you taking our food? That wasn't their breakfast. That was some food we put in there when we were trying to get Hank out. Who's this? There's Salem. He eats like it's his job. We normally let the dogs lick the spoon after we feed everyone to get the food off of it. We have special designated pet food spoons. But Tabby licks almost as good as a dog. And there's Oscar. And Salem again. And some shoes. And dishes. And a vacuum. And horrible destroyed carpet. Booted Tabby friends. He's gonna be friendly. He and Zelda are mostly okay. She didn't have any problem with him. These two are still a little bit less sure about him. And Stella definitely is not a big fan of him, even though he's her son from a previous litter last year. He always sort of fluffs it up a little bit when he's... Look, see? You can see the little fluff happening. When he gets real excited and we start petting him, he starts floofing up his tail. Here's the Oscar. He's also real scared of my parents being here, so he hides away. Most of the cats aren't really used to people visiting. If you've heard our complaints about the house, you know that it's very small and we have too much stuff and too many cats, so we don't have very many visitors, so none of them are really used to new people coming in unexpectedly. Hey, Oscar. He says, what is he doing in there? He says, he's not on the right side of this gate. Yeah, to see what happens when they get exposed to new people again. Because they did fine in the office, you know, with the coworkers coming and going, and sometimes not terribly familiar people coming in. Since they were on the third floor, there weren't constant visitors or anything. But yeah, they hadn't seen anybody but us since they've been in here. Besides the ones who went to PetSmart. Uh-oh. Stella has come out. She says, what is going on? That's mom cat Stella. She's the mom of these 3 kittens in here, and then she's also the mom of Tabby when she was still a stray outside. And she's making a beeline for him because she's like, I don't know if I support you being in here. And Binks is out there crying because he's still in the bedroom. It's just like our constant existence is just musical cats. This cat wants in and this cat wants out, and these cats have to stay separated. She might, but she was already, last summer when we trapped him and Clara, she was already getting like agitated with him and not wanting him around. Well, hey, Wilson. That phase or whatever that mom cats go through when they're done with their kittens. They're like, you're old enough, you need to go away. I guess when they're still, you know, unfixed, which she was obviously outside as a stray. Better keep you guys apart. She's probably smaller than him at this point, but she's got some spunk in her. She says, I'm a fighter. I spent a lot more time on the streets than you did. Come on, Tabby. Come on. Oh, I need to let Binksy out. Will you scooch so I can let Binks out? Boop, boop, boop. Binksy, there we go. And I know this is what you do immediately. You make a beeline to jump in. But Stella's not a big fan of you either. What are you doing in there now? Back out we go. I like Hank's little face in the little tunnel. Hello, Hanky Panky. Hello. You're blurry. What? You don't want a pets? You want to hide? He says, I had a dramatic day running around in the gross under the tub area. Oh, there's the minx. Now Stella's in there. Binks is here. And if you know our other cats at the office, Binks is Stumpy's kitten from last summer, and Stumpy is Stella's kitten. So that's Binks's grandma. You can see the resemblance, but then again, most black cats look pretty similar, so. She says, what is he doing in here? She says, I don't know if I support this idea. Ah, you guys knocked this over on top of poor Hank. Did they knock that over on you, buddy? These four back here, like I said, are foster cats that we've had. We've actually been fostering them since the kittens were 6 weeks old, and they're now 9 months, so that's quite a while. So, 4 back here in this room that we're still trying to get homes for. And then out there we have 8. 8 permanent cats. So many. Too many. Just can't say no to their faces, though. Right, Tabby? Tabby was the last one. Yeah, and 2 dogs. Tabby was the last permanent cat that we took in. And that was last summer. There's Salem. That's Binks's brother. They were born in June of 2016. And we had them... You don't do very well in here, buddy. We had them adopted into homes, but they didn't end up working out, so we had to take them back in 2016. So we've had them since then, and they will be 2 years old this summer. And then besides those 3, 5 other cats that you have not seen yet. You've seen Oscar, so that's 1. 4 other cats that you haven't seen. Oscar was the black and white tuxedo. And Tabby says, I'm coming back. Uh-oh, don't go too close to her. She's going to get agitated at you. And Oscar we adopted in, let's see, gotta work backwards, 2014. So he'll be 4 years old this year. Who's playing rough out there? I hear you running around. Going back out. Goodbye. Yeah, these 3 are the last kittens, plus their mom, that are still remaining out of 10 kittens and 2 mom cats that we took in last summer. So that's 7 kittens that we've gotten adopted. Out of these guys, I'd say Wilson definitely. He plays like crazy with the feather toy. He's like a little wild animal. As far as the cats out there, I'd probably say Tabby. He's definitely the loudest and the most demanding. And he's the only one who has a dumb name. Everyone else has a cool, themed, or interesting name, and then Tabby is just Tabby, because that's what we called him. And we never came up with a better name. Hey, Connie. Uh-oh. Hank says, what are you doing? It's just like, I don't know. I like interesting cat names. It's like naming your dog Spot. We've floated some other ideas, but none of them have stuck. So, he is Tabby. In here, I guess we'd have to say Stella, just because she spends most of her time hiding in there, or hiding in the little tunnel bed, or hiding in that bed. At least when we're around. She'll come out and move around more and play more when we're not in here, but she's a little bit antisocial sometimes. Aren't you? I can't even see your face. No, let's not mess with their litter boxes, guys. Or one guy. And as far as our cats, the permanent cats out here, let's see, who would be the laziest? Not you. Yeah, he's made himself at home. He jumps in just about every time he can. Doesn't always turn out well when it's like feeding time. And he and Stella are not cool with each other. Wilson and Hank are still getting used to the idea of him, and Zelda likes him. We'll keep them out for now. He hissed. She started growling, I think, first. She says, "Get out of my room." Such a bossy cat. She says, "I know. I'm the boss." Yeah, Connie, Zelda did so good. I was happy at least one of them wasn't totally antisocial. But we knew she could handle PetSmart better than the other ones, so we already knew she'd be a little bit better about it. I did not anticipate them being so terrified, though. Like I said, they're just not used to ever seeing anyone but us in here. Oh, creaky floor. And I'm not farting, I promise. And he's back again. Oh, I can't pick a favorite. I love them all. They're all my babies. But if we had to actually say who I'm like the closest to, out of these guys, I'd say Zelda now. Since she was the only girl in the litter, I already had like a soft spot for her. She's so pretty and sweet. And then the permanent cat's my first cat, who you haven't seen today, is Luna. And she's solid white. And what did we say? She turns 12 years old this year. And she just loves me. I've had her since she was about 12 weeks old, I think. So she's my baby. Yep, she's our oldest old lady. And Vinny, the black dog, turns 12 and a half. So 13 later this year. And then the younger dog is 9 this year. I guess Wilson out of these guys. He's not being very talkative right now. But out of these 4 in here, Wilson. And then, yeah, Fern's right for the outside of this room, permanent cats. It's definitely Tabby. I don't know how many of you have been able to hear him through the door in the mornings when he's having his fit about being fed, but or in the afternoons or the evenings. He says, "I'm in between the thing, let me in." I'll let you back in. What? What? Okay. Okay. He says, I'm back. What? He says, I licked all the dishes. I don't have anything else to do. What else am I supposed to do in here? Wilson. Ah, ah. And tearing apart the duct tape, trying to hold the things together. Trying to eat it. No, eat the duct tape. And he pulled off part of it. We're trying to keep them out of there. Probably won't work. No, it's fine. It's a nice way to make some conversation. Grumpiest cat in here is definitely Stella. She says, don't bother me. Don't let other cats near me. Sometimes I get mad when my own kittens get near me. I still can't see your face. And then out in the permanent cats, that would be Mabel. She's a long-haired calico. And when we get her, 2015. So she's 3.5 to 4 years old this year. And she is a grouch. She'll be sweet, and then she'll turn on a dime and say, nope, I'm mad at you, and she'll swat at you and bite you and hiss at you. Hello, Murray. Here's another new cat you haven't seen. There's Murray. And he is 5 years old this year. And Oscar, the black and white tuxedo from earlier, I don't remember if I said he's about 4 years old this year. So Mabel is around Oscar's age. We got her the year after we got him. And they are actually brothers from different litters. They came from a stray outside my office, my workplace. Murray in 2013, and then Oscar there in 2014. Oscar! Hey, buddy! There he goes. Yep, he doesn't come and visit as often as the other ones do. Or if Mabel's out, then he's in the bedroom. But she's in the bedroom right now. There is Salem. Hello, Salem. So yeah, he and Murray have the same stray mom cat a year apart. He's been a little bit grouchy when he's come in the past few times. But Zelda, I think we can confirm, would be fine in a house with other cats. She's curious about all the cats that come and visit, and happy to play with them. I don't know who in here. I guess Stella would be the quietest, least talkative cat in here. And out there, who talks the least? Maybe Murray? They all have a little bit to say whenever it's time to be fed, but Murray or Oscar, I guess, would be the least talkative. Why do you keep going in there? There's nothing interesting in the bathroom. Wilson. What are you doing, Tabby? Whoop. Said I'm checking all the beds. She says, I'll play with you. Wilson, what are you doing? Oh, he says, not wanting you to be so close to me. I liked you better when you were ignoring me. Oh, don't everyone get in a fight. She just wants to play with you. Hey, Aaron. Tabby says, you spooked me. I wasn't expecting that. Peekaboo. Zelda. Boop. Oh, what did I hear out there? What did we hear? Why? No, don't. What are you doing? Don't make a mess of the water. Come on now. Come on. Goodbye. Thank you for putting dirty things in the water, Tabby. Yeah, no one else in here has been making a mess of the water like Lionel used to. He likes to get into trouble. We had to put a child-proof lock on our trash can, the kind that you like step on with your foot to prop the lid open, because he was opening the lid himself and getting things out of the garbage. He eats shoelaces. Well, he doesn't eat them. He chews them. He chews them off of your shoes. Hi. You being grumpy, Murray? Oh, Murray, you don't need to be in here. You don't like any of these cats. Come on. Murray, no. Murray. Murray. You don't like new cats. You don't need to be in here. Murray, come on. Hold on, I gotta set this down. I know. He does not like new cats. I don't know why you think you need to be in here. You're just gonna be grumpy at him. He says, why are there all these cats in here? This is my room. All of these rooms are mine. What was that? I don't know what is going on. Stella came out for that. She said, I heard a hiss. I heard a hiss. I have to come protect my babies from that. And that's the reason why we don't want all the cats jumping in here, because she gets defensive. There's Oscar again. Let's see, Murray. He likes one of our dogs, Allie. He likes to come up to her and rub all over her face, even when she's not in the mood to be rubbed on. He likes to get head boops from us when he's in a friendly mood. He likes to sleep on my bed, our bed, in my spot, right up next to my pillow, if I'm not in the bed. If I'm in the bed, he might sleep at the foot of the bed, or up next to our legs. And there's Salem again. Vinny does not like them. He doesn't go out of his way to mess with them or bother them, but if they start bothering him, he'll grumble or growl at them and say, get away from me. But Allie likes them. She played with them some when she was younger, but now they don't really play so much, but couple of them like to rub on her. Murray and Salem likes to also, and so does Mabel. So she doesn't mind them. The only thing she gets mad about is if they end up jumping on her. Like jumping off the bed onto her. Let's see, Hank is obsessed with treats. He likes dry food more than wet food. He used to like to play with our feather toy, but for some reason he's afraid of it now. But he still likes the laser pointer. I think he likes, they all basically like being up on the cat tree and in the window perches. But they also like being in those tunnels and beds where Stella's now in the corner one. And he used to like always sleeping with his mom, Stella, but he started to grow out of that, I think. They don't sleep together as much anymore. Who is in the bathroom and what are you doing in there? I hear you. What are you doing? Oscar and Murray. Zelda definitely likes him, and I think Hank does too. She probably does it, I don't know. It'd be hard to quantify exactly who does it more. I think she and Hank do it the most. Wilson does it sometimes, but I think those two do it more often. And sometimes Stella gets up in the window too. Murray. What are you doing? What are you doing? Everyone having a stare down. Oh, he says, okay, I had enough staring. Murray. And he's the one who, our black lab, Benny, who doesn't like cats very much, snapped at him and bit him in the face when he was a kitten. And he had to have reconstructive surgery on his palate. The roof of his mouth got fractured. So he has screws in the roof of his mouth. And he also has the urinary issues. And he has some dental problems related to that since his teeth don't line up totally correctly. He's had to have dentals before. But otherwise, he's a mostly normal cat. And he's not afraid of Vinny, which, you know, makes sense. If you get bit in the face by the dog, like, he was, like, even immediately afterward, he wasn't afraid of him. The only thing you can tell that anything happened to him is that his teeth are a little bit crooked. One of his canines sticks out just a little bit more. They mostly coexist. He's outside right now. I try not to leave him like out in the main house with the cats when none of us are out there with him. So we'll put him and Allie like in the bedroom with a couple of the cats. And they do okay in there, and we haven't had any major issues since he bit Mabel out in the living room shortly after we got her, so that would be sometime in 2015, I guess. Same thing, she was behind him and spooked him, and he turned around and snapped at her. But all she had was like a scratch on her eye, and had to have some ointment for that because it bled some. But we do our best to keep them, keep our eye on them wherever we are. Make sure he's not left unattended with them in a place where they can freak him out like that. In the bedroom, they mostly, nobody really runs around like crazy in there or jumps on him. So, haven't had any issues in there. And actually, that's like he bit Murray out in the hallway here when one of us was in the bedroom and one of us was in the bathroom, so we were all within like a couple feet of him. But he hasn't bit anyone in the bedroom. He bit Mabel out in the living room. I think Zelda is a bit of a loner as far as the other cats go. Sometimes she'll sleep with her brothers. I think that Stella likes the boys better than she likes her. What is you got your head? I can't see your pretty face. Oh, sweet girl. What are you doing? Yeah, whenever Hank was hiding in the closet and I was trying to get him out with the toy, he wouldn't come out, but she got to have some jumps in. It's been a long time. She doesn't like to do them when she has to fight the other cats for the toy. She kind of stays on the sidelines, but since it was just her, she got to get some jumps in today. They all do. Even Stella will sometimes get up on it when we're not around. Hey, Aurora. Who is this? This is Wilson. Wilson. You can't see him, but I can feel him. You guys are just gonna hang out at the door all night? Aunt Salem's back? Oh, Salem. And he is such a little brat. Such a brat. I had to let him out of the room earlier, if you're watching at the beginning, because when he wants out of the room, he'll jump up and hang off the robes that are hanging on the back of the door. And then if he wants in from the outside, he'll jump up and rattle the doorknob. Or he'll scratch, you can't see it, there's a mirror hanging on the bathroom door to the left there. He'll scratch on the mirror non-stop for 5 minutes. Because he's a brat. Out in the living room, Luna, my oldest cat, really likes hanging out with me. She'll sit on the back of the couch behind my head, or she'll come sit in my lap or sit up next to me. In the bedroom, if we've got Oscar, the tuxedo, in there with us so that Mabel can be out, he likes to lay up against my legs. I'll put my legs like a 4, like that, and he'll lay in that spot. Like, he'll walk around and wait for me to get under the covers and put my legs in that position so he can come curl up. Well, there is a hanky. Hanky's up on the cat tree. What you doing? But I guess since we're coming up on 45 minutes, we'll go ahead and wrap it up for the day. Like I said, Robert's up at the office feeding his cat. He's probably done with that by now. I'm going to be on his way back. And then we can hang out with my parents some more again. Tammy. Yeah, the last adhesive we put on has seemed to hold up so far. We said that if that one didn't hold up, we'd have to screw it into the window. So for now, it's still working. Well, thank you guys all for watching. Thank you, Connie and Larry and Lynette and Fern and new people, old people, everyone for watching. We should be able to do another one tomorrow evening like usual. Thank you, Tina and Aurora. So until then, you can see these guys on the other stream once I start it back up. So you guys have a good night, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Say bye, Hanky.